Hello and welcome to another beautiful day at Sophia Kamau's kitchen. Today I'm going to make another most requested recipe of mine, and that is the vegetable samosas. And I have all the ingredients here and we will go through them. I have 3 large potatoes which I have already chopped here, and I do have 1 cup of peas and carrots. These are frozen and easy to cook. I have a small bunch of cilantro or dhania. I have 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. I use canola oil. I have 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds. I will use half a teaspoon of salt. And here I have a teaspoon of coriander powder and a teaspoon of chili flakes. If you can't take the heat, you can start with half a teaspoon. If you can take the heat is good, or you can add more chili flakes. And for the pastry today, I'm gonna use the pastry sheets. There are 40 of them, and this is the largest size I always get. It's 250 by 250 and in different sizes. To start the cooking process, I'll have to empty my oil in the pan and make sure I scrape all of it out. And then right away, because it's little oil heats very fast, I put my ingredients, all of them together, because it will start cooking very fast. So all the 3 ingredients together, and right away the oil will start heating, and I do that. I avoid waiting for the oil to heat, because every time that the chili hitting the oil always chokes me. So if you can avoid that by just putting it at the beginning, then also to avoid your cumin seeds from burning. So right away, see, it's already heating up, and I don't have to wait long. And before they start burning, right away I throw in my potatoes. And that saves me a lot from delaying and then having my cumin seeds burn. And when they burn, they turn black and all your thing will be tasting bitter. So I have mixed, and there's a little water that saves them from burning any further. And then I will put half a teaspoon of salt, and then I can adjust later. And then a little water. So just enough to cook them through. You don't wanna put too much water, but just enough to see them cook through. So I'll say for this, I'll put half a glass of water. So I will cover them and let them cook. The peas, because they cook really fast, I will leave them for now until towards the end. After 10 minutes of cooking, let's see how our potatoes are. And see, my water is drying down and not leaving it too dry or too wet. Let's see, they seem to have cooked. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I like the crunch in it, or the bite at the end. So now I will throw in my peas. As I say, they cook really fast. And I will mix in here and give them a little time to heat through. And at the same time, I'll throw in my cilantro. My cilantro, for now, I will leave it there. So if you think they will burn, you don't be afraid to add a little water. You don't want to ruin your samosa mix. So we put a little there, let it cook another 3 minutes. I'll set a timer, and then we're back to see how it looks. Now let's check our peas. It's been 3 minutes and they have cooked for sure. They have cooked through. And my cilantro too. And that's all. It just needs to wilt, and that's done. So see, it's not too dry, it's not too wet, and this is perfect. And now this is how much water we have. So we have used 3/4 of a cup, and this is what we have left. Now we are going to do our pastry pockets, and so I will use those ones, but for the glue I'm going to use some flour here and some water. Very easy. You just add like that until you get the consistency of a thick paste, and that's what you're going to use. And it really does not require a lot, it's just very little, and then we do that. I like that consistency of the paste. And then we cut out our pastry. This one you really have to protect it, otherwise the pastry gets dry and it cracks and it will be hard to work with. So for me here, I will just leave this in the bag, but I'll be taking one at a time, and I can rip the other side too, but still have it covering. We also have another bowl here on the side with a cover, so that after the pastry pocket is done, we put and cover to protect it from drying. So I will go like this. They're very thin, paper thin, and pick one out. And you have to be careful, because if you go too rough, you're going to rip like I just did there. So I am going to do like this. And one thing I noticed, the pastry has a smooth side and a rough side. I like the rough side always being on the outside. So since I ripped that part, I will fold it towards inside. I will fold it towards inside. I don't overlap it completely, but I leave a small edge there, and then I will find the middle, and then I will fold like that, and it crosses over, and then I find the other middle, I bring it this way. So like that. You can even adjust and move up a little if you think it's not in the middle properly the way you want. It's soft, so you can wiggle it out. One pocket is done. I'm going to put the glue like that. The whole edge here, and then I press it on. And make sure my corner is sharp and nice, and all is good. See, my first pocket is done. So you keep it aside. I will do a second one, again careful, and then I find the edge that I want. If this side is ripped, that's the one I'll bring to the inside. I bring it like that, but don't overlap completely. You just do it like that a little bit. You find the middle, you come over, you bring the other one over, and there it is. So I will go again with my finger and just wrap it, overlap it with the other part which is not floured with the glue. There you go. A second one, again, my corners, I like them nice and pointy, and you do that, and that's the second pocket. So see, there's 2 layers every side. Here there's 2, here there's 2, here there's 2. Don't make a mistake of going in there. Just make sure each corner has 2 sides, 2, like a double, and a double. It's very easy. Practice makes perfect. I have done thousands of these, literally thousands. So it's very easy for me. So there, they are done. I will continue and then we will go to the next step. Now my pastries are done. I only did a dozen. That's what normally this will yield, about a dozen and a little more. So a dozen there. The remaining sheets, I put them in a Ziploc bag and they freeze very well until next time when I need, and I can freeze it back again. And so this, I'm going to keep it until when I need it next time. For the pockets, how I feel, it's like this. So they are soft because they were covered. I opened the same way I said, as double one side, double the other side, and double here. So my filling has cooled, and then now it is time to fill the pocket. So I will make sure it goes down. I push it down, and then I open here. Don't overfill, because sometimes I do overfill, and then when you're frying they sink to the bottom and they burn because they sit flat on the pot. So this is how I do. And then now folding, you go in here and you go in there, okay? And I'll put it down for you to see. And I fold the top. After I fold the top, I will use the paste or the glue and do like that and fold to the edge, and then I will bring it over. Again, I'm crazy with my corners. They have to be perfect, and there it is. Even when you freeze these, you can see from the freezer that this is a peas and carrot. I can tell the difference. Okay, that is one. The second one, I'll show again. I will take that much, like 1 spoon is basically the right amount, and then try to push it to the bottom and spread it like this. It's not like they're going for show. If you really are critical about this, or you think they need to be all the same amount, you might need a scale for this. But for me, it's just eyeballing and figuring how much I need. And then I fold in, and then I bring it down here so that you can see properly. I tuck in and I glue the edges. And after that, I will pull this over, and again my corners there and my corners there, and voila, ready. So let me continue, and then after this we will go to the frying. My samosas have been done. I did a dozen, and for that amount, if I overfilled them, I would have exactly dozen, but I could have between 12 and 14. So I'll just go ahead and eat this or mix it with some rice. While I was about to finish, I was heating up my oil. So it is good, heated enough. Now I'll have to start deep frying. I'll take one samosa at a time and drop it in the oil. I'll take another one and drop in the oil. But if you're an expert, you can just throw them in. But for the beginners, you just have to use caution, because you don't want to deep fry your hand. This pot, I know it can take 6. So I will do 6 now and 6 for the next batch, and try to put them separated, not one on top of each other. And you can see there, they're all in a single layer. So I will flip them already. Even though they are all submerged in the oil, I just like flipping. It's just a habit. And then I will flip this, and then we'll come back and see when they are done. So now my samosas are ready to take out. And since I made them not overfilling to be too heavy, they all cooked perfectly without burning at the bottom side. And I kept on flipping. But if they were too heavy, they will be burning because they'll just sink straight to the bottom. But and again, another factor is how much oil you have. So I have enough oil to make my samosas float. And so my first batch is cooked really perfectly, and I'm happy with it. And even from outside you can tell, because of the color, you can tell it's peas and carrot, even with this one. So the next batch I will also put it there one by one. I'll just show for the sake of the newbies. So that way, very careful. And then I'll make sure I separate them again, and we'll come and see how they are done. So our second batch is ready now. We have to take it out. I'll just take 3 at a time. And there it is done. Now our samosas are all done. As you can see, I took you through step by step. It was really easy and very readily available ingredients. And this time I showed you using the pastry, and my other video of the beef samosa has a tutorial on how to do pastry from the beginning. So you can either use the sheets that are readily available, or you can make your own. Now it is your turn. Go ahead and give this recipe a try. And please, if you like it, leave me a comment and let me know how yours turns out. And remember to share the recipe too, subscribe and like. You can make them, freeze them, and deep fry whenever you need, or make and fry right away. So it freezes really good, and it's a quick snack you can eat whenever you are hungry. So give it a try, and until we see you next time, bye.